Hello, everybody. It's Jim, and I am going solo today. It's just me. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me go ahead and put, here's the link to get in the waiting room. Remember, everything you say is public. All right, so it's just Jim today. Daniel's on assignment. Actually, he's up in DC with family celebrating a wedding, and we're glad for that. We're happy for that. Always happy to have Daniel be happy. We're only going to be live today on Thursday, where I have plans, so I'm not going to be able to be here on Thursday. So we'll just have this show for this week. Couple of things. One, I had fun yesterday working on my emojis and not my emojis, my thumbnail pictures. So I think you guys are going to like those. And the other thing is that I have a client who's on the plane right now with his brother from Afghanistan. We were able, this is a spouse case that we filed a lawsuit for. We were able to get his brother, he and his brother out of Afghanistan over the weekend. It was a lot of stress, and I didn't get much sleep for a couple of days, but he and his brother escaped Afghanistan, made it to Doha, and now are on their way to Germany. So we're really excited about that. Let me go ahead and get started taking some questions, and we'll see where today's show takes us. All right. I think Alejandro is ready to rock and roll. Hi, Alejandro.
Hey Jim, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you for doing this. Appreciate it.
Sure. What can I help you with?
So I've been waiting for my I-751, the removal of conditions, for 26 months already, and for my citizenship for over a year. I did, everything I could. I filed service requests. I contacted my local representative. I filed a complaint to the ombudsman of the DHS. So everybody just says, yeah, keep waiting. There's a point in which you kind of want to stop waiting. I travel for a living. I do international sales, and traveling with my passport and an expired green card and the letter. Sometimes I get into trouble, especially with the airlines, saying, "Hey, what is this letter saying that your green card is expired?" But you know what I mean. So yeah, I was wondering if there's anything else that can be done besides waiting at this point.
Well, I was laughing to myself because you said everybody says that I should just wait. Not everybody says that. I say you should sue them. Couple questions. One is, how did you get your green card?
The K1 visa.
And you applied for citizenship on the 3-year marriage rule?
Yes.
Everything's cool with the marriage?
Yeah.
And what country are you from?
From Argentina.
And Argentina. Did you? Oh man, we were gonna have Laura Clark come on the show today. She's from Argentina, so that would have been great. But which field office has your case?
It's Baltimore.
And what have you had your naturalization interview?
No.
Yeah, you should sue. I think if you sue them, we'll get you an interview on both of those in 2 or 3 months, and you'll get decisions on both of them in about 3 or 4 months.
Okay. All right. I didn't know if I knew that was a recourse. I just didn't know if it was too soon to file a lawsuit.
Yeah. No, it's enough. I mean, 26 months for a 751 is ridiculous. It literally used to take 2 months, and then a year for Nats without an interview is also ridiculous. And the good thing is Baltimore is very responsive, so I think it'll actually happen in less than 3 months.
And I get it, COVID and everything, but I hear people that filed their 751 this year and they're approved already, or even they applied for the citizenship right many months after I did, and
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I'll reach out to you guys.
Thank you, Alejandro. See you, buddy.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Okay, bye. All right, let's go to Manny. Hi, Manny.
Hi, Jim. How are you? Hi.
Good. How are you?
Good. So I was wondering, after we did the mandamus and I got my interview,
Yep.
and so if I submit the birth certificate, will they have to make a decision within 60 days still, or can they also make me wait again?
Well, they can ask for a little bit more time, but they usually don't screw around with that. They usually go pretty quickly.
Okay, so they have to make a decision.
Yeah,
I'm just asking, is there a timeline because of the mandamus or
well, the
not?
lawsuit's still on file, and they have an answer due date, so they usually try to rush to get it done by the next answer due date, which is why we keep it on track. And then,
Okay.
but sometimes they ask for another 30 days if they need it. But did you apply to the RFB already?
I'm sorry?
Did you provide the birth certificate already?
No, I'm still waiting for it for my brother to send it from Iraq.
Once you get it, then like, here's what I'll say. I don't know when their answer is due in your case, but if you get it to them the day before, then they're going to ask for more time. If you get it to them with three weeks left before their answer is due, then they might not ask for an extension.
Okay. So we'll just wait and see. Thank you very much, Jim.
Cool. See ya.
Bye.
All right. Let's go to Shireen. Hi, Shireen.
Hi, how are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I have a quick question. I am a green card holder, and I've been married for 4 years. My husband is in Jamaica. Um, I've been in the States for like 5 years or 6 years, but I travel a lot to go see him. But I submitted our petition since 2017, and I've been waiting since God knows how long. We got to the point where I'm documentarily completed, but because of the COVID, the embassy is operating at a limited capacity.
Yeah.
My husband has a son, but I was thinking like if I should file for citizenship, but then it's gonna mess up that application for his son or my stepson. And I'm just wondering what should be the best thing to do at this point. If I should just wait, but
How old is your stepson?
he's 9 years old.
And you think that if you became a citizen, that would screw up a application for him?
Because I know as a green card holder, the stepson or the child automatically accompany the spouse or whoever is coming. But as a
Yeah,
citizen, I think there's a separate application that needs to be filed for a child.
that's true. That's true.
So we're already at the part where we're just waiting for an interview date, but we've been documentarily completed since last year, March, when the COVID hit.
Yeah,
And the embassy's not giving us any like real information as to when we can expect an interview date. And it's just been so long and I'm becoming impatient at this point.
what are you hearing from other people out of that embassy? Is the embassy operating, or is it doing immigrant visas, or is it not?
They did say they're open for all services, and I guess the last update I heard is that they're rescheduling people that were canceled, but for people who are waiting, who are documentarily completed, they're like, we can't say when or how soon.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is a case where we would say probably to file a lawsuit, but that we don't know for sure if it's going to work. Sometimes I feel like that
Right.
last caller, Alejandro, he's been waiting for his green card, 10-year green card, and his citizenship interview. I'm pretty sure a lawsuit would work very well there. I haven't sued Jamaica, so I just don't know if it would work. Like otherwise, I think you're just waiting.
Okay, so don't go through with the citizenship, just wait and see.
Well, yeah, the citizenship's going to cost you more money for the stepson because you're going to have to start over with them. So I think you're right. I would
Right,
just start with the green card because your husband, in theory, is very close. So,
right. Okay. All right, thank you.
all right, bye, Shireen. Good
All
luck.
right, bye. Yeah.
Let's see what Vel has to say. Hi, Vel.
Yeah, hi, Jim. Yeah, so I have a quick question. Like, I'm a green card holder like for more than 5 years now. I applied for citizenship in the first week of April. I'm currently in New Jersey, but just for job reasons, I may want to relocate to Dallas, Texas. So I just want to see how this would impact this moving to a different place. will I be considered like a person who applied in Dallas on April 8th, or will it be considered as if I just applied today in Dallas? Like
Probably
basically,
somewhere in between, because your case is pointing towards New Jersey, and now we got to get them to point it towards Dallas. So I would say, if you want to move, go ahead and move. It's just going to be a matter of them trying to figure out where to send your case. So I wouldn't sweat it too much. I would just go ahead and move.
oh, okay. I just want to see like whether I will be added to the end of the queue at Dallas, or it will be like in the middle of the queue as
In
if
the
I
middle.
applied. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's in the middle. It's not as if you're just starting over. That I know, but
Okay.
it does like the way I think about it, Bell, is a little bit differently. I think about it not, am I going to the back of the Dallas line? It's that I'm in the New Jersey line, and now I'm bouncing to Dallas. So I get to go ahead of some more recent people, but I don't get to go the same as if I had filed it originally in Dallas.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Yep. See ya.
Just one more thing. Sorry. If I
Yeah,
if I
you're
just
fine.
move within New Jersey, it doesn't matter, right? Like if I
The
have
New Jersey doesn't matter unless there's a different field office. So you'd have to check to make sure that where you're moving, that the field office still has jurisdiction, because then you might as well move to Dallas.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, you got it. All right. Hi, Yvonne.
Hey, Jam. I had a question for you. I've been working with you guys since it's been, I think about 3 to 4 months.
Yep.
I'm already stuck in this NVC process, and we're just waiting for them to approve the last birth certificate. They're just waiting for that, and it's been
Yep.
2 months since they checked my case. But I'm also approaching my birthday, and I'm already 21, so I'm gonna be 22 in November, and I'm very concerned about that. And I don't know if like the Child Protection Act will actually cover me if even if I'm 22. And like my question is, until like what age does that apply to a person?
Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that, because you have to see how long was your case pending with USCIS.
Okay, it's been my priority day is May 19, 2017.
Yeah, and then when did they approve it?
They approved the whole timeline. I mean, they approved the I-130 probably like a year and a half later after I first applied.
Right. So that's what you get to subtract. You get to subtract the amount of time that it was applying at USCIS from your birthday.
Okay, so after they approved the I-130, right?
Yeah, you take the time between when you filed the I-130 and when it got approved, and then you subtract that. Sorry, you subtract that from the time of your age when you have your interview.
Okay. And when I go to I already got everything that I need for my overseas interview. So when I go to my interview, I just have to tell them that I'm 22,
Well, they should be able to figure it out. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That was my question. Thank you very much.
All right, see ya.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I have two quick questions, I guess. So, both the I-130 or whatever, the family-based visa were, filled out, and it's for Russia, from Russia. It's to bring a spouse and a parent. And my question is, with the embassies being shut down over there right now, how is the process working? Are they like relocating, or just like, I'm kind of lost,
Mm-hmm. So what stage are things at? Has USCIS already approved them?
What's that?
What stage are the cases?
Well, one is from Illinois. The other one isn't from here, St. Louis.
Oh, sorry. I meant like.
New Jersey, I think.
No. Are they finished at USCIS? Are they finished at the NBC? Are they just waiting for Moscow, or do you just file them? Where in the timeline are you?
I think they're in Moscow. Like there is a priority date, especially with who's bringing the spouse. It's kind of a quicker process.
No, they're the same. It's immediate. They're both immediate relatives. When were the cases originally filed?
One was in 2017 and the other one last year
Last year for the parent?
for the spouse.
And you think they're both in Moscow?
Yeah.
I mean, we did just get a case approved in Moscow after filing a lawsuit, so I don't know what to say. It might, a lawsuit might work, it might not work. It doesn't sound like a year for the spouse case that would work on that one because it doesn't seem like it's been delayed, but for the parent case, it might.
Okay. So it's kind of getting approved if you go after it.
Well, no, I mean, we filed a lawsuit and they approved it and the visa was issued because they said not spouse work, but the lawsuit worked. But the lawsuit doesn't always work.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of okay. So I guess just keep waiting.
Certainly in the spouse case.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, all of them are just shut down right now. I don't think they're even working.
All right, thanks, Nazira.
Thank you.
See ya.
Okay.
All right, let's go to Mohammed. Hi, Mohammed.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Hi.
Hello? Yes, I can hear you. How you
Hi,
doing,
go
buddy?
ahead.
Assalamu alaikum.
Good, go ahead. Walaikum salam. Go ahead.
So my thing is, I filed for my AOS marriage-based case in June 2020, and I had an interview in March 2021. Since then, I haven't heard anything. It's been like almost 6 months. But I have something like in my. They said they're doing background check because previously I got married in 2014. It did not work out, so uh, they asked me for RFE, and I got denied because by the time I got divorced and everything, so then I married again in 2017, and I filed 2020. And from previous case, I also have everything like my documents, and I also have I-30 approved from previous case. But my lawyer did not tell me to bring everything with me at the interview, so I wasn't prepared for my first for the previously the marriage that I had. So I wasn't prepared for that. But for this marriage, they said nothing is wrong with this. It's everything good to go. The only thing is, they're worried about the previous marriage. But I haven't heard anything since March, and I'm trying to call them and everything, and they're not. They're just saying it's on background check. So I don't know what to do at this point.
So you married person A, and person A filed an I-130 petition for you and a 485.
Yes.
And you
Yes.
got that I-130 got approved or no?
Approved. Then later they denied it. I have approved too, and then later they denied because they asked me for RFE, and I can't provide that because we were having issues and we got divorced. So then they denied it later.
Hold on. So did you withdraw the I-130 or did they revoke it?
No, actually, they said abandoned. They said that I'm abandoned.
Just so
the case.
For everyone else, don't leave cases to get abandoned. Abandoned cases make for messy futures, right? So don't do that. If you're not going to respond to an RFE, make sure that you withdraw the case. You got to keep your record clean, otherwise messy crap like what's going on now happens. It still might have happened, but it's better practice to withdraw a case that you don't want them to finish.
Right.
Okay, so now, but
so,
see, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing, Mohammed, is that they are looking for reasons to screw with you. So even though your current marriage is all good, they're probably going to go back and talk to your first wife.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to,
right.
I was surprised, but I've seen more decisions in the last 12 to 18 months denied based on the prior marriage than I ever did before. So this is a real thing they're doing right now.
Hmm. Even though I have like all documents, but the only problem is I couldn't provide it because my lawyer did not suggest me to bring everything at the interview.
Well, so so which field office was this?
Chicago, Illinois, one
And
of
so
your
you
favorite.
show up. I like Chicago. So you show up at the interview with your current wife and no lawyer, right?
I went with a lawyer.
And is the lawyer the one who filed the second case?
Yes, everything. Yep.
And that lawyer didn't bring anything related to the first marriage?
No, he did not even told me to bring everything with me. The only thing he asked me, divorce certificate from prior marriage, and I had it with me.
And so when did they separate you and your wife at this
Nope,
interview?
nope. They said no. They said everything is perfect. They're not worried about anything. They just asked me a couple of questions. They said we're all good on this marriage, but the only thing we're looking for the prior marriage. I said okay. They said they'll respond me in a couple of weeks, but it's been 6 months now. September 20th it'll be 6 months, 180 days.
What country are you from?
India.
And what was your immigration status when you married wife number one?
Uh, I was a student, but I came. I went to school, not for too long. I couldn't pay the fees, so they just I got out of status.
So you were out of status when you married spouse number one, and you were out of status when you married
Yeah.
spouse number two.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys should have been more ready for the interview because they think you're just marrying person A and person B just so you can stay and not have to go home because you stopped going to school and fell out of status, and the only way to clean that up is by getting married to a U.S. citizen.
Hmm.
So,
So,
I mean,
uh,
what you could do is
mhm,
have your lawyer gather up all the evidence that you have that the first marriage was real,
mhm,
and then say to them, look, here's a bunch of more evidence. You guys need to approve this case. The first marriage was real. The second marriage is real. And if you don't
right.
decide this within 30 days, we're going to sue you.
So, do I have to call them and let them know, or how is it?
Call who?
Uh, to USCIS
No,
and
no,
show
no.
them the.
Have your. If you were my client, I would gather up all of your evidence. You said you have evidence that you didn't bring to the interview that your first
I
marriage
did
was
not
real.
bring anything. Believe me, I did not bring a
Right.
single paper. I
So
have all the
so now's
documents,
right.
photographs, and everything.
Right. So now's your chance to gather that up and send it to them. And then,
Through my lawyer.
whoa, yeah, through your. I mean, I don't think you
Hmm.
can pull it off. And then, what I would do is I would send them a letter and say, "Look, you bozos, I'm gonna sue you in 30 days if you don't decide this case." And then, what I would also do, because I sue them in Chicago so much, I would copy
Hmm.
the U.S. attorney so they say, "Yeah, hacking's real. He'll really sue." Because a lot of lawyers threaten to sue, but they don't know how. So their threats sort of fall on deaf ears. So that's what I would
Okay.
do.
So just contact the lawyer and send them all the documents so he can send it to the USCIS and see wait till 30 days
Yeah, or I'm
and
going to
write the
sue him.
letter.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that's the best thing to do. Then after 30 days, just started processing for suing them
Yeah.
if they don't respond in 30 days.
The only other thing I might do is get a long affidavit from your first wife talking about how it was a real marriage that just didn't work out. If she's willing to do that, that would be very helpful for two reasons. One, it'd be more evidence that the
I mean,
first
yeah,
marriage.
it ended in a good fit also because it wasn't working out between us. So we just we sat down with the family and everything. So we said so if I ask with her family and everything, they might she might write it down for me.
Well, I think you want to have a lawyer write it down. Having her write it isn't going to be very helpful. You need to have someone who knows what they're doing write out a good long statement.
Oh,
All right, Mohammed, we're going to move on, buddy.
okay,
See ya.
okay, thank you. I'll come.
Oh, sorry, I cut off Mohammed. All right. Let's go to James. Hi, James.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, Jim.
Good. What's up?
I can hear you.
You can't hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear.
Oh, sorry, buddy. We'll come back. Let's go over to Caitlin. Hi, Caitlin. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's really quiet.
Can you hear me?
Hmm.
Okay. I recently filed an I-485 for my husband, and I realized we made a mistake. I didn't realize that he had an I-94. I didn't know. I thought maybe it was a paper, and we put NA on the I-485. So I don't know if we need to send that to them, his paper and number for I-94.
No, just bring it with you to the interview.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
That's all you need.
all right, thank you.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
We're having some audio problems today. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because Daniel's not here, probably. Daniel can't keep things on track. Let's go back to James, see if he can hear us. Can you hear us now, brother? Can you hear us? Nope. James can't hear us. All right. Let's go to Danny. Hi, Danny.
How you doing, Jim?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Pretty good, sir. Pretty good. Okay. I'm going to tell you my question.
Yeah.
I came on a B1, B2 visa 2019 November.
Yep.
And I applied.
Sorry. Somebody fool's calling me. Go ahead.
That's
Came in November 2019. You came?
Yeah. I came on a B1, B2 visa, and then I applied for an extension because due to COVID in March, nothing came up. In November 2020, I got married in Oklahoma.
Cool. And where are you from, Danny?
I'm from Pakistan.
Okay.
And I got married. Unfortunately, it did not work out. After 2 months, she left me.
That didn't take long.
Yeah, it didn't take long, and without any indication or anything. And then I found out she had an affair, yada, yada, yada. She got engaged to somebody while she's still married to me. Now my interview is scheduled at Oklahoma City field office, of course, which I'm not going to show up because I want to call her or tell, please come with me, because that's not right.
That's
if
right.
She's out. So that's like 7-8 months. And meanwhile, she got money off me and whatnot, because telling me that I'm going to do this, do that. Same old story. So then so now my case is with an attorney, and of course I'm not happy because he is not responding on time, because I need to know
what case.
Interview. This I-485 interview scheduled.
Yeah, so you need to write them a letter and say you want to withdraw your 485 and let them know that you're divorced already.
No, I am trying to get that divorce because I've just moved to Texas like a couple of days back, and I'm going to file for a divorce this week. So I was just asking that I'm going to send them a letter for a withdrawal.
Well, you can't withdraw the I-130. Only your wife
Right,
can withdraw the I-130 because she filed it. If I were you, what I would say is, hey, I'd prepare a letter for her to sign that says she wants to withdraw the I-130 and ask her to sign it and mail it to them. And then you send a 45 withdrawal.
Okay. Right. And now after that, what are the options?
Well, nothing, dude. You got nothing.
Nothing. Right. Okay. So I just need to send them a letter to withdraw this application.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Jim.
All right, Danny. Good luck, buddy. Yep. See ya. All right. That was our friend Danny down in Texas. Let's see what Karen has to say. Hi, Karen.
Hi,
How
Jim.
are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. I have three topics. One is about my visa. I graduated in May. At the moment, I am out of a status. I just applied to the university and I've been admitted, and I need to reinstate my visa. Okay. And the university is telling me that I need to write a letter explaining them why. And honestly, I am out of a status because I tried to relocate with my son to my home country. The judge said I have an 8-year-old boy, the judge said, you go to your home country, your son is going to visit you 3 times a year, or you stay. So I am going to stay. I've been admitted to the university in St. Louis, and I know that there are denials. I've been looking at the criteria, what they determine whether your case is approved, your reinstatement is approved. I feel I qualify, but I don't know if I'm out of status because it's out of my control. The judgment came on July 28th, and I've been out of status since July 22nd this year.
Oh, why? What degree did you get when you graduated?
A doctorate in education.
Have you already done OPT?
No, I didn't apply for OPT because it's for a school district, and I tried to find some employment, and because you can only work for a year, they kind of were not interested, and I really wanted to go back to my home country, but it's just challenging.
That was foolish. You should have applied for OPT because you didn't know what was going to happen with the judge.
Yes, well, I am more a competent mother, and I thought that really, my son has been with me all of his life, and I thought that I was going to live with my son,
Well, I assume the son's father doesn't agree.
He's American.
I'm sorry, is he what? He's American?
Yes.
But I assume he didn't agree to the son leaving the country.
Correct. Yes. He filed paperwork a year ago, Yeah.
So you knew that he was contesting your ability to leave the United States.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So, I mean, if I were you, I would have had all my focus being on getting OPT and then trying to find an H-1B.
Yeah, but I try to find employment, because I studied educational administration, I had to find a job like as an administrator or something like it's like leadership. I went to the YMCA, DESI, school district.
So what's the question before us right now?
Yes, my question about is how to best present my letter to be reinstated.
Yeah, I don't know. You got to talk to the international student advisors. Whatever they tell you to do. Where are you going to school now?
SLU.
St. Louis U?
Yes, I am. I graduated from there, from my doctorate, and I'm pursuing now a master's in higher ed.
Do you know when they terminated your CVIS record?
They said I graduated on the 22nd of May, so they say that it could. When I called them by the end of July, they said that it was still active, but they say that I graduated, so they have to kind of update. So my CVIS record should have been terminated on the 22nd of July.
So here's what I'll say about that. Most college international student advisors aren't very smart, but the ones at SLU are very smart. So whatever they tell you to do, that's what you do.
Yeah, okay, but they've told me that I need a lawyer, immigration lawyer, to help me write a letter. So I'm wondering if you guys help.
Nah, not really. That's not something we would do.
So, but do immigration lawyer help write a letter to them?
To who? To CVIS?
Or USCIS. I don't know, because I'm going to present my packet, and in that packet, there has to be a letter explaining to them why am I out of status.
I mean, maybe you could find an immigration lawyer to do that. It doesn't really sound like something you need an immigration lawyer for. I think you just need to explain to them why you didn't stay in status and why you need to be reinstated. But I mean, what are you going to say? So that I could stay here with my son? That's not really a good reason. I don't know what you're going to say. This was all not very well thought out, I hate to say.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm scared. Okay. And if I'm denied, what are my options?
Well, I mean, your options are like with everybody, how do you
just leave?
Well, or how do you stay in the United States? I mean, the way that people stay is they find a job sponsor, they file for asylum, or they win the diversity visa, or they get married.
Yeah. Okay. So my second question is about a U visa. Okay. The paternal family, the paternal grandma put glass in my meals, because they wanted to keep my son. So I discovered it in the summer of July the 4th, and I told her, she said it's an accident, but there has been other incidences that it's not an accident. She's been doing it on purpose. So I have reading about the U visa, and I have a call for service for that, because I called to get advice to the police, and my counselor at the university, they told me, call the police and report it, so I want to know if U visa is also another option. I know that the police needs to write like
No,
certified.
Yeah, they do, but before that, there has to be a prosecution, and it doesn't sound to me like this is something anyone's going to prosecute. So it's. I mean, to me, and so if I'm USCIS and I get a U visa from Karen, and I say, Karen didn't apply for OPT, and Karen is trying to go back to school, and filed to get reinstated, and oh, by the way, the court said that she couldn't take her son back with her to her home country. So now she's come up with this thing that her child's grandmother tried to kill her, but there's no prosecution by the St. Louis city or county prosecutor. That does not seem like it's going to work. That seems like a real stretch.
So I should focus just on my reinstatement for now.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And just for public assistance, okay, is Section 8 public charge? Sorry.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that they use to calculate public charge.
Okay. It's not. I mean, yeah, they told me that my son qualifies, that I can get an apartment for my son. But of course I can
Hey,
leave.
Karen, public charge is the least of your concerns. Don't worry about that right now. You got much bigger things to worry about than public charge.
Any recommendations about where I should go for reinstatement, like a lawyer? The university told me you need a lawyer.
Well, I don't know.
No.
Okay. I mean, how about Catholic Legal Assistance Ministry? They might be able to help you.
Okay. And should I feel that I shouldn't mention anything about my legal custody issues to the USCIS to explain.
I would agree with that.
No, not at all.
Yep.
Could it be that I just, I graduated with a K-12, no? I am an educational administrator, K-12, and I want to grow in higher ed, and that's why.
Yep.
Yes, I am in higher ed now.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, good luck, Karen.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. All right. Ernesto's been waiting patiently. Hi, Ernesto.
Oh, hi, Jim. Hey, Jim. I have a question. So I filed a petition, a I-130 and the 485 with my spouse. I'm a TPS recipient from El Salvador. So I know that the Supreme Court doesn't allow, TPS recipients to have a green card, basically. But I filed before the Supreme Court ordered. It was about, I'd say, 2 to 3 months before. I actually went to my interview yesterday and everything was great. The officer told me, if this wasn't an issue, you would have the green card by now. She did ask me to get a letter explaining that, previously when they make a law change, they adjudicate it or they reinforce it, at the time that they make the decision. So what I want to know is, it says that my case is now being reviewed. So I don't know if I'm gonna have a decision now or within the 120 days, or if it's even gonna get approved.
So you entered without inspection a long time ago?
Yes, I entered. I was a kid. I was 9 years old.
Did you get DACA?
No, because in 2001, that's when the TPS started. So my mother got the TPS for me since 2001. So when DACA came out, like in 2011 or 12, I didn't. I remember I asked a lawyer, and then he told me, it's basically the same thing. So you had that one longer than the other. So I didn't get DACA.
And have you traveled out? Have you gotten an advanced parole with your TPS at all? Have you traveled at all or no?
I never did because for the most part, I remember I talked to a lawyer once. I didn't really have a reason to go, see family members or for
Oh,
school or for work.
Ernesto, there's always a reason to go. Always.
Yeah.
Sounds like you've talked to some dumb lawyers. No offense.
Yeah, I have.
And speaking of dumb lawyers, I don't know the answer to whether or not the Supreme Court's decision applies to cases that were filed beforehand, but I'm pretty sure they do. So I don't want to tell you that for sure, that it applies backwards. I think it does. But I'd have to research it before I could tell you that for sure.
Yeah, I feel like the officer would have told me right there and then, it's denied because of this or the other. Would that be like a possibility?
No, they did tell you. They said, I don't know. I have to talk to my supervisor. That's what they told. That means they don't know.
Okay. If it gets to the point where it's gonna get denied, do you think I should just withdraw my application or should I just continue?
No. You can, I mean, the I-130 should get approved, right? Did the I-130 get approved?
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can get a waiver.
What do you mean like a waiver?
Yeah. So I mean, do you have no criminal stuff, right?
No.
And did you only try to enter the United States once? Let me ask you this question. Well, I don't want you to say on camera whether you entered more than once, but if you entered only one time, if you didn't get caught and you made it through the very first time, then you should be able to get a waiver if you can show that it'd be an extreme hardship to your spouse for you to get sent back to El Salvador. So just because this 485 doesn't get approved right now doesn't mean you're out of the game. You're still in the game, Ernesto.
Okay. Do I have to redo another 485 if I want to continue, or just with the same one?
You'll have to do a waiver, and then you'll have to go and consular process. You'll have to you'll file an I-601A waiver, and that'll take like 8 or 9, maybe a year, 8 or 9 months to a year. And then once that's approved, then you set an appointment to go back to the embassy, and then you try to do it quickly at the embassy in about a week or two.
Okay.
And then when you come back, you get your green card.
Okay. So, but that's gonna be like a whole year out of the country.
You got a while to go, brother.
Yeah. So the waiver that you said about extreme cases, like if if my spouse has a serious disease, if my waiver does get approved, doesn't it come back on the whole year and maybe like 2 or 3 weeks only that I have to be out of the country?
That's the goal. The goal is get the 601A approved, get you a visa interview notice, and then once you have your interview scheduled, then you go down there. I mean, we've had people go in a weekend. Now, it doesn't always work that well. And sometimes the embassies like to cause mischief and say, yeah, you got a 601A for the unlawful entry and overstay, but you have this other issue that you need a 601 waiver for, and then it becomes a big old thing and the person's stuck outside the United States. They usually just pull that shit in Mexico more than anywhere else, so I think you'll be okay. But I'm going to move on, Ernesto. If you need our help, let me know, okay, buddy?
Thank you so much, Jim.
All right, see you, my friend. All right, let's go to Malika.
Hi, Jim.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I can barely hear you.
So, can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
So, I have a question. So, my dad has B2 visa, and I'm planning on to file petition 130, I-130. So, my question is, what is the best way to bring him over here? So, apply I-130 while he's in his home country, or bring him over here, and then, as you talk about like the rules, day 63 apply I-130 petition. So I was just wondering, what's the best way?
Did you say this is your dad?
Yes.
So the way you're supposed to do it is to file an I-130 petition for here, and then it gets processed at the National Visa Center, and then it gets sent overseas to the embassy for him. If your dad was back home and said, I'm coming to America and I'm going to enter and I'm going to trick the customs official when I enter and I'm going to act like I'm just coming for a visit, but really I'm coming to stay, that would be immigration fraud. But instead, if he if he came to America to see his beautiful daughter Malika and said, "Oh my, I really miss my daughter. I don't think I want to go back home right now. I think I'd like to file an I-130." If he did that, like a couple months after he arrived, that would be okay and would probably be forgiven. But the whole thing is, if he's 100% sure when he comes through customs that he's not going back and he's going to apply for a green card, that's bad. But if he decides while he's here, then that should be okay.
So once he's here, let's say on day 64, we apply I-130, and in 4 months, it doesn't get approved. I mean, is he supposed to leave since he can only stay for 6 months?
No, he can stay the whole time that's pending. He can stay because you're a U.S. citizen, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's the immediate relative of a U.S. citizen. Yeah, otherwise you couldn't apply for him anyway if you were a green card holder. So yeah, so he can stay the whole time it's pending. It's just like a parent case of a U.S. citizen is just like a marriage case. They can stay for as long as it takes to get approved.
So are we supposed to let them know that he's gonna stay here? He's gonna do overstay? Is he fine?
It's not an overstay. He's just an adjustment of status applicant, and nobody even treats it like you don't have to file for an extension. You don't have to notify anybody. You just file as long as you get that I-130 approved before the 6 months are up, and you would want to file towards the end. And again, he can't have that immigrant intent when he comes through.
Right.
Then everything's okay.
Right. So maybe apply day 64, and then he can hang out while it's in pending.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Thank you so very much, Jim. Thank
Okay,
you.
good luck.
You have a good day.
Yep.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You got it. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right. I think James is still here. Let's see if he's got his audio going. Hi, James.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Oh, finally. Thank you for having me again.
You're welcome.
So I have a couple questions. So I recently became a citizen, and I want to petition my wife, and she's here. So she came here on B1, B2 visa.
Yeah.
So, and we recently found out that it looks like we have this misrepresentation. So she got her visa in China while she was doing her mastering, and yeah, at that time we were married actually, and we told the agency to that we are married. But for some reason, he applied as a single, to obtain the visa, I believe.
What visa was she applying for? A visit visa or a student visa?
Like the B1, B2 visa.
Mm-hmm.
She was studying in China, actually, So.
What's her country passport? China?
No, it's Tajikistan. It's in Central Asia.
Oh yeah, I know Tajikistan.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So wife is overseas. She's applying for a B1, B2. You guys hired one of these people that hang out around the embassy. They say, I can get you a visa. And she applies for a B1, B2. And in order to get the B1, B2, her DS-160 says that she's not married.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, that sounds like a misrep to me.
Yeah, yeah. So now I'm a little confused. So do we have to submit a waiver while we are applying for the petition, or we need to do it after? Like that's.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You file the I-130, and then you end the 45, and then the 45 will get stayed and admin closed. You'll file for the waiver, and then she'll have to actually just file the I-130, and then you'll apply for a waiver overseas. She's going to have to go overseas, and she's going to have to well, actually, let me think. Hold on. She's here.
Yeah, she's here.
Yeah, you can do it all here. Yeah. So you'll apply for the I-130 and the 45, and you'll be honest about it. Now, you're going to be really careful how you answer your questions. You're going to need help probably filing that 45 because there's a lot of questions about, have you ever given any government officials any documents that were false, fraudulent, or misleading? Or have you ever made any misrepresentations in order to obtain an immigration benefit? You're going to have to answer yes to those and probably a few others. And you're going to have to be very honest about it. And you're going to go to your interview and you're going to say, yeah, this is what she did. Here's why she did it. She didn't read over her DS-160 before she submitted it. And the person that we hired, marked unmarried. And then they're going to say, okay, you need a waiver. And then you file for the waiver. and you're going to need a lot of evidence, James, as to why it would be a hardship for you if she were to get sent back to Tajikistan.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a long process, right?
Oh, years. You're talking 2-3 years. Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Well, so the best way is right now to make a petition and then wait for the.
Yeah, you got to get it started. You got to get it started and then go from there.
Okay, but we don't have to start the waiver right now with the petition.
Well, see, here's the thing. So, 12, 13, 14 months, we know they're going to ask for a waiver. So if you were going to see a counselor now, that's going to make the case stronger later because you're going to have all these months of treatment for depression and anxiety for the idea that your wife might be deported. Sorry, I'm tired. Might get deported.
So it's better to petition then if the officer asks for the waiver, we go for that, right?
Ain't no if about it, brother. They're going to ask for a waiver. So what I'm saying is start building your waiver case now. Don't wait until they tell you need a waiver because then it looks like shit because you have 1 month of seeing a psychologist versus a year of seeing a psychologist.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, so we can start the waiver now, but when they ask it,
on the waiver, you can't file the waiver, but you start working on the case. Like you start interviewing people, you get them to explain why it's going to be hard if she gets sent back to Tajikistan.
Right.
I think I hear a kid in the background, so that should help.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have a kid here, right?
Yeah.
So at least we can start the petition right now.
Yeah.
Right? Without the waiver.
Yeah, but I mean, for all you obviously free to do whatever you want, but I don't think you want to do this without a lawyer. I think you need help. This is complicated stuff.
Yeah, for sure I need the help, right? But at least I know that we can start the petition and we can do the waiver after the officer asks for it, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that was my question. Okay, thank you so much, Jim.
And just real quick, you listed her as your spouse on your N400, right?
Yeah, I did mention that. We also mentioned the date of our marriage, and yeah.
And you put the right date and everything.
Yeah, the officer asked me the date and about the kid too,
And did they ask you what her immigration status was?
No, he just told me that now once you get your citizenship, you can apply for petition. You can petition her, nothing else.
I'm always surprised by how often they don't ask about an undocumented spouse at a naturalization or green card interview. I'm always surprised by that.
I was also. It was in Chicago, Illinois, and I said, okay, well, I'm gonna do that.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, James. See ya.
Bye.
All right, I think we got time for like 1 or 2 more. Harman's been waiting for a long time. Hi, Harman. Preet Singh Rathore. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, sir?
Good.
My grandparents just filed the case F3, petition I-130. It was been approved on May 13, 2015, and it was even transferred to NBC. Till now, we have never not heard from NBC. So, what would you recommend?
Who filed it?
My grandparents.
Your grandparents filed it for your dad or your mom?
My mom.
And what country are you from? Is she from?
India.
Yeah, so there's still a long wait. That's why it's just sitting there. So visa bulletin. Married sons and daughters of U.S. citizens, F3. Yeah, they're working for India. They're working on cases from November of 2008. So there's still a while before they get to. You're still 5 years away for them for the application that your grandparents applied for your mom.
They applied in 2011. So it was approved in 2015. They applied in 2011.
Okay, so 3 years. Good.
Yeah, so what would you just say? We should just wait or anything else?
You just got to wait and be ready. Wait and be ready and make sure that you stay in contact with them so they know how to find you when the visa becomes current. Right now, it's not current.
Yeah, I just got the NVC case number. Am I audible?
Huh?
Am I audible to you?
Your audio is not very loud.
Just wait a second. Yeah. Now I am audible.
It's okay.
Yeah. I'm just saying that I just checked my NVC case on the site CEAC. So there they just told that you have to just send them documents kind of thing that which was not sent earlier by my grandparents. So what would you recommend, that we should do something, or we should just wait for the priority date to become the current?
You just got to wait for the priority date. I'm gonna let you go. Good luck. All right, let's go to Chris. Hi, Chris.
Oh, thank you. So I had two quick questions about I-130. I married. I'm sorry. I filed for a K-1, and then at the interview, July 29, we were denied. We married online in Utah on August 24. And she's been using my last name on social media for a couple years now.
Wait. Why did you get denied for the fiance case?
We were denied. It said not a genuine relationship. I think the issue was I have an arrest from 2007. It was a misdemeanor conviction, but it was for strangulation, and the police report sounded really bad. And she told my wife, fiance at the time, that she was concerned over her safety.
Yeah.
So we were going to apply for the I-130, and I was wondering if I can apply with my last name, since I have the U.S. marriage certificate, because it works as a name change.
You mean what name should you use for her?
Correct.
You should use the name on her birth certificate.
The name, so I shouldn't worry about trying to put my last name on there.
No.
Okay. My second question was, we purchased that. So my driver's license is in Georgia, and that's where I filed the I-129. But we purchased a house May 28 in Alabama. But Alabama domicile law says that you have to go to Alabama, but USCIS says something else. If you go to Alabama, like Fish and Wildlife, they say you have to have a driver's license in 3 months. If you go to University of Alabama, they want 6 months. So it's like all these domicile requirements are different. And I'm not sure, do I need to file in Georgia? Do I need to go to Alabama first before I can file? Or can I just file my house in Alabama?
You should file where you sleep at night.
Well, I'm in Cambodia.
Oh.
The house using my father power of attorney. So I've never been to the house. I've never been to Alabama. That's what I'm saying. Alabama law, according to the Alabama code, they physically go to the place.
None of the state law matters. That doesn't matter to what you want to do. Just use whatever address. Use whatever address you think you're going to heading to. If you have one address in the future and one in your past, use the one in your future.
Okay, so Alabama then. All right. All right. Thank you so much.
Good luck, Chris.
Okay.
That was Chris, and we're gonna go see MB. Hi, MB.
Hey, Mr. Hackin, how are you doing?
I like your microphone.
Oh, thank you. So I have a quick question, and I do apologize if I'm going to repeat a question. I have to catch up on your YouTube videos.
That's okay.
So we received the I-69. We received a notice for I-693. They were just telling us that it wasn't included, and we didn't include it, and that they're just letting us know and don't send anything, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good sign?
Yeah, it does. It probably means you're close to getting set for interview, and just once you get the interview notice, go schedule the medical at the civil surgeon. What field office?
Interview, huh?
What field office are you going to?
I'm here in St. Louis, so I guess I'll be going downtown.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the other question I have, and I'm sorry to bring like a political thingy, maybe it's not,
No,
but
we like talking about politics. Go ahead.
oh, okay. So is it true that they're going to want people to get vaccinated?
Yeah, that won't apply to your case because it's already on file. But
Oh my
the idea, although it might apply to new. Yeah, it probably, if the rule. This I need to research this, but generally, MB, if somebody applies and has a medical exam, then the medical exam is governed by the rule at that time. So what you might want to do, if you're worried about that and you don't want to do that, I would schedule your vaccination for not your vaccination, your medical exam for like September 23rd, 24th, 25th. so that yours is governed by the new rule, not by the old rule.
Okay, and then and thank you for
Not by the new rule. Sorry.
okay, that makes sense. And so because I know I read somewhere, but of course you would know how the lingo goes. I think it was the CDC website or something like that, or who, but they're saying they're thinking of enforcing it by October the 1st.
Right.
And if that's the case, that means anybody that physically applies as of October the 1st going beyond.
I think that's the rule, but my worry
Okay.
is that it might be people going for their medical exam after October 1st, which is why I want you to go a week early.
Okay.
So I would call now and make your appointment, because the thing is, those things will expire. So if they don't schedule you for an interview quickly, then it could expire. But at least this is your best shot to doing it without having to do the vaccine if you don't want to.
Okay. And then do we do, and I'm going to do this, what you have told me, but is there such a thing as religious exemption, or is that bad on an immigrant's?
No, I mean, we've done religious exemptions before for general vaccines. They're a pain in the ass to prove, but if you can show that it's a good faith belief and that there's like a religious basis for it, then you might be okay. But it's always a pain to try to do that.
Okay. And the last question, Mr. Hacking, your office obviously probably does, if I needed an attorney to go with me, if there is an interview scheduled? Okay.
This is a marriage-based green card?
Yes.
So it's not if there'll be an interview, there will be an interview.
Okay.
There's always an interview.
Okay. Okay, cool. So I'll reach out to you, Mr. Hacking. I told you I'm gonna come find you in St. Louis. Thank you so much for everything.
All right. Well, that was a good time to end. Thanks, MB. Good to see you.
You too. Bye-bye.